When electric scooters break, you find out which brands planned for repairs and which didn't. I looked into what actually happens when popular electric scooters break. Not the marketing, the real repair ecosystem. Parts stores, warranty complaints, community forums, the works. The split is bigger than you'd think. Some brands have entire third-party industries built around keeping their scooters alive for years, and others leave you with a $500 paperweight the moment one proprietary part fails. Today, I'm covering 5 scooters where a broken part means game over, 5 where you can order a replacement online tonight, and the checklist to run before you buy so you know which side of that line you're on. Let's start with the ones that'll leave you stuck. Number 5 is any Kickstarter or Indiegogo-funded scooter. You get a slick pitch video, a small production run, and custom-tooled parts that never went into mass manufacturing. Once the company doesn't hit its next funding cycle, the parts pipeline dies with it, and there's no factory still making that exact controller. Number 4 is any scooter from a brand that's since shut down. It doesn't matter how good the hardware was when it launched. Before you buy secondhand, don't just check that the company's website loads, check that it's actively selling parts. A domain that resolves isn't the same as a business that's still operating. Number 3 is budget imports with glued, sealed battery compartments. These show up constantly on ultra-cheap, no-name models sold through marketplace storefronts. There are no screws and no service panel, just adhesive holding the shell shut. There's no official repair procedure, and unofficially it means prying apart a lithium-ion battery enclosure, which isn't a beginner move. And with lithium-ion cells, it's also a genuine safety risk if you don't know what you're doing. Number 2 is rental fleet hardware that ends up on resale sites. Bird and Lime built their fleets on scooters that were never meant for individual ownership, with firmware locked to their back end and parts that were never sold retail. When these show up on liquidation auctions, you've bought a locked box, not a scooter. And number 1 is Unagi. It's sleek, it's popular with commuters, and it's a real problem when something breaks. Unagi's lithium-ion battery pack is unique to the scooter with no aftermarket source, and customer reviews describe being told to find someone who repairs batteries, which is nearly impossible with a proprietary pack. When Unagi scaled back support in certain regions, owners there lost access to parts entirely. Now, here's the other side, the 5 you can actually fix. Number 5 is Hiboy. It's sold widely and backed by an official parts store with batteries, motors, controllers, and displays listed by exact model. Reviewers describe swapping lithium-ion battery packs at home with plug-and-play connectors, no soldering and no guesswork. Their lineup also uses UL 2272 certified batteries, which is the safety standard you want to see on any electric scooter. It means the cells and the battery management system have been independently tested, not just rated on a spec sheet. Number 4 is GoTrax, another big box regular sold through Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. It's one of the few budget brands with its own dedicated parts collection online, down to individual consoles and fenders, and iFixit even has a step-by-step battery replacement guide for their GXL line, which tells you how standardized the process really is. Number 3 is Segway-Ninebot, one of the most established names in the category, with parts support both official and third-party. If a controller or motor fails, you're not hunting eBay for a miracle. There's a real supply chain behind it. Number 2 is Xiaomi. The M365 and its successors are arguably the most repaired scooters on the planet. The aftermarket around them is enormous. Entire stores exist just to sell Xiaomi scooter parts, and repair guides are everywhere. And number 1 is Kaabo and Dualtron, made by Minimotors. These are performance scooters, and the parts ecosystem matches that reputation. Multiple dedicated retailers in the US, UK, and Europe stock everything from motherboards to fenders for specific models like the Wolf Warrior and the Dualtron X. Apollo Scooters sits in the same performance tier and is worth mentioning here. It's a major North American brand with a similarly strong parts network. And if you're cross-shopping Kaabo or Dualtron against Apollo, you're in good territory on the repairability front for all 3. If you're buying a high-performance scooter and want it to last, this is what a healthy parts pipeline looks like. So before you buy your next scooter, run this checklist. Search the brand name plus replacement parts. And if nothing comes up but Amazon knockoffs, that's a red flag. Check if the lithium-ion battery pack is swappable with screws or sealed with glue. And if you can't find a battery replacement video for your exact model, assume it's sealed. Confirm the company is still actively selling, not just that the website loads, but that products are in stock and support tickets get answered. If it's a rental fleet model showing up secondhand, walk away, that firmware was never built for you. And look for an established aftermarket because brands like Xiaomi, Segway-Ninebot, Kaabo, and Apollo have entire third-party industries around them, and that's not a coincidence, that's longevity. The pattern here is simple. The scooters that survive years of use are the ones built by companies who expected you to open them up eventually. The ones that don't are built by companies who expected you to buy another one. If this saved you from a bad purchase, subscribe, because next week I'm covering the 5 most reliable lithium-ion battery packs on the market and the ones you should never trust.